So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about a new topic today, and this is going to be very relevant to the API 202 is the methods class, where you use statistics to test economic theories and economic models. You hear this terminology in the public health literature. In this class, we're teaching them how to be really sophisticated consumers of academic research, able to open the leading journals in economics and sociology and political science, read the studies in there, and summarize in simple English what the strengths and weaknesses are of these studies. But you don't want to overinterpret the risk factor as telling you a causal effect.
Professor Chandra is amazing. He's able to take a class such as stats, which could really be dull, and make it really interesting, applicable, and motivating.
Today we're going to do difference in difference estimation. And let me motivate this very simply with a policy question.
He's always grounding it back in policy and why it's important for us to be looking at these questions. It's so easy to get lost in what is beta 1, what is beta 2, what is the R squared. But in fact, his ability as a scholar to bring these concepts to life in that classroom is pretty unparalleled in my experience.
Things like the minimum wage they're not random processes. They in turn are the consequence of political deliberations.
I think the word to describe him is passionate. He's very passionate about the work he's doing, and he imparts that passion to us in class. And I feel really into it because he's really into it.
That's really an omitted variable.
Professor Chandra gives us these tools with which to challenge all these beliefs that we come in with, so we can really dig down into the numbers and understand exactly why we believe what we believe. And I think, in the end, it makes our arguments, our policy stances a lot more compelling.
Right? Kristen?
What is the interpretation of beta 2? I'm confused of why we add
One of the things that I like the most about that class is how dynamic it is. These are a bunch of sharp kids, and they're raising their hands and they're asking questions. He has a real ability to take those questions, field them, go to the blackboard, diagram it out in a way that everybody gains a little bit from what he's trying to explain.
That related wage to the quantity of labor that was hired in the labor market. And so you've got
Our faculty is ultimately the most critical element of everything we have. At the end of the day, they are the people who teach the leaders. They are the people that provide the ideas which we hope are the solutions to public problems. They come into that classroom, and every day they are surrounded by students who are demanding about what is this going to do to solve the kind of big problems that I see out there.
If you go to the Kennedy School website, it says, ask what you can do. I mean, I think the Kennedy School wakes up in the morning and its philosophy is that careful, systematic scholarship can improve public policy. And the goal of the faculty is to produce the scholarship, and I think the mission of the students is to help take that scholarship and translate it to something useful. The question is, can you articulate a selection story? Can you articulate a story about a concrete variable? There's just the pure job satisfaction of being in the classroom and watching the little light bulb go off in a student's head, and you realize that you've altered the way they think about public policy. But it's not assumption-free. That is immensely gratifying. Terrific. I will see you guys in class on Thursday. And I know a bunch of you are coming to see me this afternoon during office hours. There's still a 45 minutes.
I've just learned so much. I was really nervous that I may not be able to keep up, but I felt very supported and very confident that I walked away knowing the material that I need to know.
You want to know the command?
Yeah, just the command.
You do rag. I'm not one of those people who is asking questions just for knowledge's sake. The motivation behind my research is, if we could answer this question and we implement the answer, we've made the world a better place. X1, X2. Suppose X3 is the endogenous variable. You'd say X3 equals Z.